Easter, where he gave out bags of rice and tins of palm oil to widows. Gwachi complained that Shylock was charging him too much. 20,000 euros, and we are from the same village. The man is my porapo. He loves money too much. When am I going to pay all that off? You make it sound like you're paying off a car, Prosperous said, irritated. Shylock is expensive, but he never dips into a pot of soup that is not his, Agu said. You remember the story about that Ogwashi man? What happened to the Ogwashi man? Rapu asked. The Ogwashi man had been paid a huge amount to marry a certain Ogwashi woman whose husband was already in the country but who could not bring her in because he was legally married to a Belgian woman. The man, very much like Gwachi, missed his real wife so much he did not want to wait until he had got his papers and divorced his white wife to bring her in himself. But the Ogwashi man not only took the money, he also took the wife, even going back to Ogwashi to pay her dowry once the husband in Belgium had had his dowry returned. No one in Agu and Prosperous's circle of friends knew who the Ogwashi man was, but his story had become an anecdote, told and retold in their circle to warn each other of the covetous nature of human beings. Shylock, whatever else he might be, had an untarnished reputation for honesty and professionalism. If he said he'd sell you his mother, he would, was how he was described. He was also a man with lots of connections. No one knew the exact nature of those connections, not even his porakpo, his village man, Gwachi, but they were said to be expansive and useful. He was the sort of middleman you wanted if you were after an arrangee marriage. He would know whom you could trust. As it turned out, when Gwachi asked if he could recommend someone, Shylock said he would go one better. So Gwachi paid for him to go to Nigeria and marry Rapu in court. He even charged me for the suit he wore for the ceremony, Gwachi complained to Agu and Prosperous. He went to Shylock's every evening after work to see Rapu briefly. On Sunday afternoons or evenings, he made excuses to Hilda and went to see Rapu. It was only then that he took Rapu out like a proper husband, and they went and visited his friends, or drove down to Antwerp, where they checked into cheap hotels and kept an eye on the clock while they made love. It would not do to make Hilda suspicious. How long still? Rapu asked every night when he dropped her off at Shylock's. Not long now, came the standard reply. Rapu told Prosperous all this when she visited. What does this woman look like? My husband's wife? Rapu asked Prosperous one day, her voice low and soft, her eyes dull. She was sitting on a kitchen stool, stirring her plate of rice and stew listlessly with a spoon. I've only ever seen her once, Prosperous lied. Gwachi does not go out with her much. He brought her here once. Then, because she knew what this woman, the real wife, wanted to hear, she added, It's almost as if he were ashamed of her. She's muscular, yams on her legs and arms. She's not beautiful. She has a beard like a man's own. Gwachi should ask her to shave. Prosperous felt guilty, but she squashed it. What good would it do to tell Rapu that Hilda was beautiful? Long black hair that contrasted sharply with her pale skin, pleasant manners, youthful looks. She looked like an advert for healthy skin. Or to tell her that Hilda and Gwachi held hands like children when they visited, that they touched each other when they spoke, finished each other's sentences. It was much kinder to lie. Rapu's lips turned upwards in a smile. Her eyes brightened. Very softly she said, Thank you.